And FinTech conference with a special guest that I just tweeted about, Bob. Good stuff.
Yeah, very excited to talk to Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of FTX. Of course, this is the Piper Sandler conference, as you heard from, it's heard there just recently. Important thing is, all of the exchanges want to interact with the crypto community, but there's been issues out there. There's been regulatory issues. We're trying to clear that up now. Sam, thanks for joining us. You've been regaling us this morning with stories about the crypto community. Let's just talk about the 30,000-foot view here. Where are we right now with crypto? Valuations have pulled back rather dramatically. Why have they pulled back? And are we at some kind of bottom?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think if you look at what, Bitcoin has done since the peak, it's very similar to what NASDAQ has done. They're both down, about 50% roughly from where they were, 8 months ago, which I think tells you a lot about what's happened to crypto, to tech, and to markets in general this year. It's all been driven by monetary policy. It's all been driven by expectations, driven by the Fed of increased interest rate, which has caused basically a dollar rallying and, a depreciation of everything else against that.
Yeah, are you blaming all this on the Fed? I mean, Bitcoin's had huge moves up before, long before the Fed moved in. So we've had bubbles in Bitcoin before.
Oh, we absolutely have. And some of those have clearly been driven by crypto-specific flow. This one in particular, I think, was mostly driven by the Fed. I don't know if it's good or bad. Maybe it had to happen.
One of the reasons the exchanges have been reluctant to interact with the crypto community has been the uncertainty around the regulatory situation. Now, Senators Gillibrand and Loomis just introduced the bill, and it looks very clear to me that the CFTC in their bill is going to be the primary regulator. The crypto community seems very happy about that. They seem to have soured a little bit on Chairman Gensler at the SEC. What's your evaluation of this bill? Is this good for the crypto community?
So I think getting regulatory clarity is huge, and I think it's good for everyone. I think it gives customer protection that we're missing right now, real federal oversight, protection against financial crimes, against systemic risk, and at the same time allows the industry to move back onshore and bring real liquidity to U.S. markets. So I think it's a win-win to have federal oversight. from my perspective, look, it could come from the SEC, it could come from the CFTC, or some combination. The important thing is that it happened. So I welcome the efforts, from the Cinema Gillibrand, the Loomis Gillibrand effort there. The efforts that I know, a number of other people have been putting in to this.
Is the CFTC a more sympathetic audience, do you think? The crypto community seems to think so.
So they've certainly had more experience, I think, with the asset class. When you look at, Bitcoin futures have been live on CFTC venues for a few years. So I think that they've built up a lot of knowledge about the industry, and I think they've been engaging a lot with the industry and community over the last year or so, and have built up some sympathy there. Again, in the end, what matters to me is the policy rather than whatever agency is behind it. But I definitely think that they've been taking a really constructive approach.
My colleague Scott Wampler has a question. Scott.
Hey, Sam, it's good to have you on our program. And to note, I mean, you're speaking now directly to a pretty hardcore investor and trader viewership. And I want to ask you a question along those lines as to whether you think some of the claims made by people, some of the more grandiose, if you will, claims about Bitcoin, that let's say it's going to replace the dollar, or some of the other things that we've heard, have hurt the legitimate case for Bitcoin. How would you respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely true. And I think that in general, it can be tempting in the moment to try and claim, everything under the sun, but that's not going to reflect well in the end. And I think it's a lot more productive to claim what is actually there. And I think there's a ton that blockchain and crypto can help with in terms of modernizing settlement, payments, transfers, having real stores of value, especially in countries that don't have good ones right now. But I think claiming that every new cryptocurrency is going to transform some new area of the world undersells the legitimate case.